that, the types.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The rest of it,
Reading those stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't go there.
don't know. See, kind of wholesale laminates. Like, you know, even in the left vendors. That. So basically, I think it's if you can. The lines from this big. Well.
First day.
Oh. It seems like she.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
I think she.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So with you guys
Sure.
is it?
Bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just need this one. Okay.
Good evening. Hello.
Steven, it's Shane, 1 second. Bro was on Zoom too. So. Okay. Everywhere. One last thing. We can go. You ready?
Give me
Yeah,
15
no.
seconds.
No problem. We're mostly there. James, you're good enough to start in a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any concern about executive session? Because it's not on the agenda.
I know, and I think, if I remember this right, is we froze the process at the second step. I believe at the last meeting, we determined maybe we did it out of order, that there was no need for it in both instances.
Right, we did.
For reviewing the statements. But we did do that, but I thought the same thing, because I've looked it over a couple of different times to make sure that we started, we were okay there, but
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, thank
You're
you.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening. This is a meeting of the Board of Ethics. We are in council chambers on December 17th at 5:40? 5:35. Thank you, 5:35 PM. We're working from an agenda this evening, and first on that is introductions. I'm Shane Leonard.
Mike Mabry?
James McGee.
We have a member on Zoom this evening. Stephen? Can you hear me?
Can hear you. Hello?
Yep. 1 second, Stephen. Emily, is that his volume or our volume? Just 1 second.
That's his volume.
That's his volume.
Yeah.
Stephen, we're having a little bit of trouble hearing you. Can you try again?
Hello?
Yeah, that's perfect.
There we go. All right, the headset is not gonna work for some reason.
Okay. Just need you to introduce yourself.
Yep, good evening. This is Stephen Bro.
Okay. We have a quorum, so we can proceed.
You should designate Associate Member McGee.
With 3 present, is it necessary?
Well, you have a quorum, but you don't have a full board with Member King's absence.
That's right. Then for the purpose of this meeting, Associate Member James McGee is elevated to member status for voting and for any other purposes necessary. Thank you. I'm gonna miss things like that. I know it. Next on our agenda is the approval of our minutes. I took a look through. I don't know if there were any questions from anyone. If not, we just need to approve those to go forward. And Stephen,
Yeah.
of course, if you just chime in, don't hesitate. It's the only way I'll be able to see if you're in, if you need something said.
Okay, the raise hand function does not work then?
I admit there's a bit of a glare on the monitor that I can see. And
Okay,
Nope.
I actually, strangely, I mean, my eyes aren't that bad, but I can't see that.
You know, it.
Okay, I see there. Okay.
okay.
I think.
No, but I will try to chime in as quickly as possible. I got the email on the agenda for tonight. And I fired up my laptop and it did an update. So I am still waiting for that process to go through.
Okay, I'll try to guide you through it as best as I can until you get that updated.
Yep. And it has been several minutes now. This is the work PC, which is a little antiquated. I hope I don't crash it.
Me too.
But I'm on a cell phone now, for Zoom.
Okay,
With a member participating remotely, I think the vote needs to be by roll call.
of course, thank you for that too. Did anybody have any issues with the minutes from, we had an amendment to the former meeting, but that wasn't too notable at all. Any qualms or any questions over the meeting minutes that we have here?
Negative.
Stephen, go ahead.
Negative. I am good. I motion that we accept the minute.
Second that. Next up is the approval of,
You still have to vote.
we still have to vote. You just told me that, we still have to vote. It's you heard him, Stephen, it's a roll call vote,
Oh,
just because we can't see your hand.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You vote yes, James?
Yes.
Michael? Yes. Thank you. Next up is the approval of the written findings with respect to Council Order 25-270. That would be what Mr. Gould just handed out. And There's no way to get that to Stephen Bro. Is there? This was not part of the packet that was sent.
right. I could try emailing it, but I'm not sure that it would get to him.
Your advice
He
on
can-
that, then he can abstain.
He
from
can
this.
abstain, and you still would have enough
Right.
members to vote. And you did not have to be present at the meeting to approve the findings.
Right. Stephen, you caught all of that?
Yes. Yes,
It's
I did.
mostly just the approval of the official write-up that we drafted with Ed when we were here last, that you were a part of.
Yes.
Do you want us to try to email this to you, or do you feel?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Give me 1 second. You don't have it.
Steve, I'm going to forward you an email I sent to John King today with the attachment. So hopefully the attachment will come through, but I'm not positive that it will.
Okay.
He's typing it in right now, Stephen.
All right.
It is sent.
We also are just gonna take a second and read it over here as well. So
Sure.
there's no quick rush on it, but
Da-da-da. There we go.
Steve, did the attachment come through?
Image. 25/12/8. I'm opening it. Yes, it appears to.
okay, good.
Yep.
Even there's no pressure. When you've finished looking that over and are ready to proceed, just say so.
Yeah. I do. I have read it. Okay, good. I'm ready to move on.
Okay, thank you. Did you have any questions or concerns, clarifications, anything at all about what Ed had written up?
Nope, I find those all correct and factual.
Okay. Mike, did you have any, I'm not rushing you, if you're not there. James, did you, when you're comfortable having read it, if you had anything, let me know, otherwise we'll go forward.
On the 25-270?
Yep.
Okay. This already took place?
We have, yes, it was the meeting before last that you had not attended that one, yeah.
Okay.
And this is the findings of fact that
Okay.
Ed Gould had written up, just summarizing what we found at that meeting.
Okay, yeah, looks good to me, yeah.
I move that we approve the findings as written.
Second,
Second, we have the vote then. Audibly, Stephen, do you mind?
all in, I vote.
You are in
to
favor?
Approve this. Yes.
James?
Yeah, favor.
I agree. 4, that's done as well, so. Good. Next up, on the agenda is categorized as unfinished business, part A. In regards to requests for the advisory opinions on the city council referrals, excuse me. Council Order 25-282. It's so funny, I've had so many conversations with everyone. Stephen, we still need materials that we've asked the city to provide to better help us look at this matter. And of course, I'm speaking to Stephen, but you guys are here. I'm not trying to talk like you're not. Sort of like talking when you're not in the room about you. You're obviously right here, John. And because we have not, that's not the way to say it. The city is moving very quickly and efficiently to try to give us everything we need, but we ask for a lot of things.
Mhm.
And whether that's a combination of the holidays, whether it's a combination of the end of the year, it's probably everything. I feel that we should pause this where we are until we can have more information from the city and from the sources that we've asked for. And in doing that, I'm asking that we put this off until we meet again in 2026. Now, that date we haven't quite figured out yet. But before we get to that part, it seems impossible to go forward without the stuff that we've asked for. So,
Yes, and that pertains to 25-283, correct?
no, 25-282, the issue regarding Counselor Mallor.
Okay, all right, yep. All
So-
right, and I am fine with tabling that as well because, well, we can't decide on something we don't have info on. So, yep,
Right.
I'm fine.
Procedurally, if we're gonna pause and how is it best to determine a date to go forward?
I think probably someone should make a motion to table consideration of CO 25-282 to be reset at a date upon receipt of the requested materials from the city.
So we would, that makes perfect sense. It's sort of like that old Simon game. I'm trying to remember all the words you said to say it in the way you said it, because I like the way you said it first. I move to reconsider the motion regarding Council Order 25-282 until such a time as this committee and this board receives all of the information that we have requested to properly review it. Is there a second?
Second.
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 So,
Roll call vote.
yeah, right?
Yes.
This is the motion needed. Stephen, do you mind going first again?
I am in favor.
Favor? I'm in favor. Mike?
Yes.
James?
Favor.
4 in favor. Going forward, we are now next on the agenda for Council Order 25-283, which is the issue regarding the issue of a city councilor taking and circulating nomination papers on behalf of another. We are with what we have here. All right. All the voluntary statements that were given to us in that form, we have received. We have in your packet, of course, that one, this one. I'm looking at all the wrong thing. How many things do? Packet, yeah, of course, thank you, Mike. You're not supposed to look on anyone else's papers, you know, especially if you're at the ethics committee and especially if you're the chair. So I don't look on your papers. I should have just looked over and seen. It's the one with the big red confidential part on the top. This would be the voluntary statements that had been provided. Have you, as you look at this, if you hadn't seen it yet, and as we would proceed acknowledging Chris, everybody does have that? You have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it on the app.
Okay. Then I should have said before even that coming into this meeting moments before, there is no new information. There is no new additional information. What we have in terms of written statements is provided before us. View all records. We did do that. We are at the point now where we're opening up to the public. I'm gonna open the floor to any public comment for any individual who wishes to speak on this issue and this issue only. You have up to 3 minutes. You can take your time, but there's a 3-minute timer according to the procedural rules. And if you come forward and you speaking on this issue, please identify yourself and by all means, go ahead.
Hillary Simmons, resident of Bangor. I'm here because the people of Bangor deserve fairness, honesty, and accountability in our local government. And that means we cannot ignore when an elected official, past or present, breaks the rules designed to protect the integrity of our elections. Former Councillor Trumbull violated the ethical standards of this city when he chose to take out papers and collect signatures for a sitting councillor. That action was not just a minor slip up or an innocent mistake. It crossed a clear line, a line that exists to prevent conflicts of interest, protect the public trust, and ensure that no councillor uses their position to influence who gets on the ballot. When a councillor uses their status to boost another candidate, especially a colleague, it creates an unfair playing field. It gives the appearance and sometimes the reality of political favoritism. And it sends a message to the public that insiders get privileges that everyday residents do not. That is exactly why these rules exist and exactly why violating them cannot be brushed aside. If the ethics board chooses not to act, it sends a dangerous message that ethics only matters when they're convenient and that elected officials aren't expected to follow the same rules everyone else must follow. That is not the Bangor we want. That is not the transparent, accountable local government residents deserve. Holding former Councillor Trumbull accountable is not about punishing one person. It's about protecting the integrity of our process. It's about showing the people of Bangor that standards in our city charter and ethics code are real, enforceable, and meaningful. We ask our community to trust our institutions, but trust only exists when there is transparency and consequences for wrongdoing. If violations go unaddressed, public confidence erodes. And once it's gone, it's very hard to get back. The ethics board has a responsibility not just to review what happened, but to send a clear message. Ethical rules apply to everyone. No exceptions, no free passes. If a violation occurs, then accountability must follow. Bangor Bangor residents deserve better than quiet excuses and selective enforcement. They deserve leadership that trusts ethical standards as more than words on paper. I urge you today to take this matter seriously. Hold former Councilor Trumbull accountable for his violations. Show this community that integrity still matters in Bangor and that our democratic process cannot be bent for personal connections or political convenience. Thank you.
Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to answer any questions from the committee. But I would ask if anyone on the committee had a question for the speaker.
Us?
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of violation did he commit?
He took out papers as a city councilor advocating to get another city councilor on the ballot. So essentially, he's using his position as a councilor to advocate for another person to be on the ballot, another councilor. So, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stephen, anything you wanted to ask? You're muted, Stephen. Sorry.
Nope, I am good with that.
I had a question for you if you mind, if you don't mind. How do you know that he acted as a city official and wasn't acting as a private citizen?
So essentially in that matter, it really doesn't change things. You're a city councilor. You're going around, you took out papers. If you look, I believe, at the City of Bangor's charter and ethics, it is not allowed to promote another city councilor for a position. And I know that per your meeting, I believe, not the last meeting, but the meeting before when you were discussing this, the comment was made, I believe, by Stephen Bro, that this has happened in the past. So it's happened. That's fine and dandy. That's the past. This is the future. And just because it happened in the past, do we still allow it to happen? Maybe just nobody spoke up, had enough courage to speak up and want, and, you know, to have the right thing be done.
Mm-hmm.
It's your opinion then that if you're a city councilor, you are sort of like a police officer. You're never off duty. You're always a city councilor no matter what you're doing.
You're representing the city.
Okay. Mike, did you have?
Well,
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. Stephen, did you have anything to follow on?
well, I am reading the Code of Ethics, Chapter 33, Section 13. States, nothing herein shall be construed to prohibit any city employee, city councilor, board, committee, or commission member from participating in the political process in their private capacity as candidates for elected office or as private citizens.
So I think, I don't mean to interrupt, Stephen. But if going by that explanation, of course, in the code, you would see where that's at odds with your feeling that if you're a city councilor, potentially in the way that you view that role, you are always a city councilor no matter what you're doing.
Correct.
Even if you're not in a official city council meeting or event, if you were at your business, for example, and you were handling business, whether you were a screen printer or a bartender or what have you, you're a city councilor bartender or a city councilor screen printer, you're always.
You have to uphold the ethics and the oath that you took when you became a city councilor. The best interest of the citizens of the city of Bangor, not your personal political poll or beliefs the citizens, all of the citizens of the city of Bangor.
Right?
If I'm not mistaken, when these petitions go out, conversations are had between the two, the hopeful, someone who is signing, and the individual who is running or is helping or assisting the person who's running. So there is some possible way where you could have said or may have said, I'm counselor, whoever, but I would imagine that some of the processes and that policy that speaking of or heard read support, there's a difference between what capacity you can be in.
Okay. Is there, Stephen, did you have anything else to ask the speaker?
No, I do not.
Okay. James, anything?
No.
Thank you very much. Trumbull.
Yes, Dan Trumbull. I don't really have a statement. I just showed up in case you had questions. The city had reached out to see if I had a statement, but I didn't because it's kind of a broad. I didn't know it might be more helpful if I showed up to answer questions. There seems to be some confusion with the previous speaker, even what this council order covers. It talks like it names me. I'm not named in this council order, as I understand it. It talks about a scenario where somebody could take papers out. I don't think any individuals are named in this order, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, I was told it was about a scenario where somebody might take out papers for somebody else.
No, it's it specifically mentions you.
Okay, I thought it was a prospective type of a situation. Okay.
It was
So-
a specific mention of you in the regards for taking the paper.
Okay, yeah, I took papers out, but like I think the language the member Bro mentions is what has governed this in the past. I think the city clerk might have submitted a statement to the committee, so I would, I'm available for questions, but this is kind of a crazy topic, ask me, but I'm available for questions.
Stephen, did you have any questions for Mr. Trumbull?
No, I do not.
I've got one, but I want to make sure, I don't want to, I actually think someone else may, or they, I'm sure they're thinking of it, but Mike, James, did you guys have anything to ask Mr. Trumbull?
So what are you saying? The conversation was all done privately? Is that what it was? Or was it like?
The council order suggests that in this specific instance, when Councilor Dan Trumbull, then Councilor Dan Trumbull took out paperwork for Cara Pelletier to get signatures, and we have, and that's in the packet that we have, a packet of those signatures, that it was against the code of ethics for him to do so. I think the Cliff Note version is that there was an insinuation that that was helping her specifically politically somehow. And that the statements that we have from the city clerk and from the person who's also mentioned in that, Cara Pelletier, and as Dan said, that's not what happened, but also not here. That's the contention.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. That makes sense.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Under what capacity were you assisting Cara Pelletier?
This is a friend. I mean, I think the bigger question that people have a problem with is that I go out and collect signatures as a counselor, as was I saying I'm a city councilor, here, sign this petition. I didn't. I had it mostly at my store. People would come in. I have a very busy store, so I was able to fill out a petition in the course of a day. Just said a friend of mine is running for the city council, was running for re-election. Would you be willing to help her sign a petition to get her on the ballot? I never identified myself as a city councilor. People knew me, they know me in the store, so. And I took out the papers as a citizen. I mean, I called the city. She arranged with the city clerk to have the papers ready. Cara was in Boston take a friend to the hospital in Boston. I said I'd be glad to go to City Hall and pick them up because it was on a Friday. I think they had to be back in either Monday or Tuesday, so we could get them filled out over the weekend.
Mr. Trumbull, when you were collecting signatures for Ms. Pelletier, did you at any point identify that it would help you? Say, for example, hey guys, I need you to sign this. I really need her on the board to help me get what I want done. Did you represent council business in any way, shape, or fashion?
Actually, most of the people that signed the petition paper I had came to see me because Cara had posted on her Facebook page that I had a paper at the store. So I was, I had just people coming in asking to sign the paper because she had posted that I had one at the store. And so,
You did or did not ever, maybe in city garb or officially say to somebody, I'm Counselor Dan Trumbull, I want you to sign this
oh,
paper,
no.
or any representation similar to that.
Not that I can recall, no.
Stephen, did anything as we circle back around? Anything that you thought cast in?
No, this to me sounds fairly cut and dried.
Okay.
From the information that I have in front of me on paper, along with the testimony from former Counselor Trumbull.
Steve, this is
Yes.
Ed. You may want
Yes.
to defer that discussion until you get to the board discussion section of the agenda.
Yes, okay.
Okay, is there any other public comment on this matter? Hi, could you
Hi.
state your name and your residency and
Sonia Mallory, a resident of Bangor. I'd just like to ask a question. Are you the chair?
you're speaking to me? Yes, ma'am, I am.
Yes. Are you the chair?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. Point of order. The chair cannot make motions according to Robert's Rules of Order unless you step down from your position of chair. You have made 2 motions already tonight.
Do you have a public statement about this issue or about?
I think that applies to this issue too.
I just want
I
to make sure.
will say,
Yes, ma'am.
everyone knows Counselor Trumbull as being a city councilor since he's been on the council, 15 years? Mr. Trumbull?
Yeah, that's address the board.
Yes, ma'am, you're not here to inquire about anybody in the,
I believe he's been on the council at least 10 years. Everybody knows him as Councilor Trumbull. But also, I think you need to address the point of order in your meeting because it doesn't make your meeting look efficient and proper. Thank you.
thank you, ma'am, of course. Ed, do you mind speaking on?
Sure. I don't think that invalidates any of the votes. But what I would suggest that you do is that when you get to new business, if another member wants to make a motion to adopt and readopt the motions made by you and voted on by the board.
Okay,
So we can clean it up that way.
okay, thank you very much. Is there any other public comment at this time? Is there anyone on Zoom that wishes to make a public comment before public comment is closed? I'm not the only one that sees no one and hears no one, is that correct? Okay, then the public comment of this is now closed. And open this up for a discussion of the board. Stephen, that would have been, what were you saying before?
Well, based on the verbiage of the code as it is written, and based on the statements that former Counselor Trumbull has provided, I quite honestly do not see an actual violation here. We have to go with the wording that's in the Code of Ethics. Whether we like the way the wording is or not, it's not our job to change it here. We are being tasked with, as the code is written, was there a violation? And at this point, I see nothing that indicates that a violation has occurred.
Mike, did you have anything you wanted to
No,
put out or,
I-
no?
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm trying to formulate my thought process. Based on the section that Stephen was reading and from count.
Yeah.
Seems like fairly benign process, so I don't see a violation.
Okay. James, did you have anything that you wanted to discuss about the issue that we're talking about currently?
No, it looks like, I don't see any violation either.
We are. I'll be the council letter, I cannot. And. What, there it is, council, there it is, right there. Oh. There needs to be a motion regarding each question that was referred to the board of the council order. Or actually, before we proceed, as there's nothing that we need to do regarding the statements provided by then Councillor Cara Pelletier or City Clerk Lisa Goodwin.
They are a part of the record.
We don't need to officially do anything except acknowledge that. We don't even have to acknowledge them, they're a part of the record.
Yes.
Okay. Going forward. The motions regarding each question, and the questions are the 33 1.1 and 33.13. Okay. Is there a motion? I understand that it's in contention that I can't do this, so. Do I hear a motion? Well, Ed, because this is part also. This is also what you have to create a new draft of from the findings of fact and the opinion, right? So there's a way that this has to be set for you.
What I would recommend is that one of the members make a motion regarding each of the code sections cited in the council order, which is 3310, 33 1.1 and 3313.
Right.
And either make a motion either that there was a violation or no violations of that particular provision.
Would one of the members move? Yeah. And we have to separate them. We can't say in one statement, 3310, 33 1.1.
I
have a separate motion. For
I
each
would
to
address
make
them
it clear.
Yep.
Okay. That would fall to anyone here. What if none of the members, hypothetically, what if none of the members felt comfortable doing it?
I am not going to be able to word that in such a way that will satisfy the draft order.
I can suggest the language if you'd like.
Yep, and I was trying to follow that and make some scribbles and yeah.
Right.
So I believe that the first motion should either be that the board find either that there was or was not a violation of code section 33-10 by Councillor Trumbull.
I will make a motion that we do not find that there was a violation of 33-10 by former Counselor Trumbull.
And now someone needs to second it.
Second. Thank you, Mike. And then we repeat it each.
Well, you got a motion and a second,
No,
so
we-
discussion
Yep.
and vote.
Is there anything further discussed on the motion that was made? Stephen?
Negative.
No, yeah, Mike? No?
And so the vote has to be.
Then a roll call vote is to be had? Doesn't matter the order?
No.
Stephen, did you want to go first, or would you prefer we go? you go
No,
last?
I will make a motion that we find no violation.
If that's already been moved and
Yep.
seconded.
Yes.
We're just gonna vote on that now. I agree.
Okay, okay, all right, I vote in the affirmative.
Mike,
Yes.
I agree. James?
Yep.
Okay. That's one down.
So next up would be a motion either that there was a violation or no violation of section 33-1.1 by Counselor Trumbull.
I move that the board finds no violation in 33-1.1 on former Counselor Trimble.
Second? Is there a discussion to be had? Does anyone have anything further now that we've heard from?
What's 33-1-1? What does that say?
That's the representing third-party interests
Yeah,
before.
that one's
Oh, no, that's
non-partisanship.
nonpartisanship. Excuse me. Sorry, James. I had to finish reading the 3310. Yeah, that's the section regarding nonpartisanship in the code.
Okay, 33-10. Okay.
Right.
Okay, yep.
Stephen, was there anything further from you regarding that discussion?
No, negative.
Okay. Do we need a roll call vote on section 33-1.1 of nonpartisanship? Mike, do you mind?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yes.
James? Stephen?
Hello?
Hi, your vote? Yep.
I find no violation.
Final violation. For 33.1. 33/1.1.
Or
then-
33,
Then
or
last up,
30.
go ahead, Stephen.
Oh, I was just trying to finish that. If it's required that I say the entire thing.
No,
Okay,
we'll save you that exercise.
okay.
Then regarding 33-13,
That the motion should be either that the board finds that there either was or was not a violation of code section 33-13 by Counselor Trumbull.
I will make a motion that pertinent to 33-13, that there was no violation by former Counselor Tremble.
is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. We'll proceed to a roll call vote. Stephen?
Yes.
Yes, no violation.
Yes, yes, I find that there was no violation.
Thank you. Michael?
Yes, no violation.
I find there was no violation.
No violation.
And also. Was that? That was sufficient? No? We are on to any new business before the board? I don't,
What I would recommend
yeah,
that the board consider is a motion to incorporate and adopt the prior motions made by member Leonard and approved by the board.
adopt the prior motions.
That would be the motions that we did at the beginning of the meeting.
Yes,
Right,
okay.
yeah, specifically, that was the approval of the minutes and the approval of the written findings from the last meeting.
Yes. I move that we approve those minutes and the findings from the last meeting.
second. Is that sufficient as well?
Yeah.
Because that's a motion, we need a vote.
It's been moved and seconded. Yep.
The vote on the motion that has been seconded, I'm for it.
Yes.
Mike, James? Yeah. Stephen?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there any other business? Did you have any? There was nothing else there, gentlemen? Stephen, did you have any other business?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Well,
We will-
the exception actually being the other business is that we need to determine the date for the next item upcoming still on our agenda.
Yeah. We will.
Would that be considered new business?
Actually, I think under new business, you also need to ratify the motion made by you to table consideration of Council Order 25-282 until the board receives the additional requested material from the city. Because you made
I
that
made
motion.
How best to
So
ratify
that
that?
should be ratified.
Another member just has to say
that
as such, make the
It's
motion
made,
to
yeah.
ratify, okay. Would anyone feel comfortable? Yeah. You have to
You need a
say it
second.
though, and you need a second. Mike? Did you second that, or did I might have,
Yes.
you did, thank you.
Sure.
Then that is under other business. And that's satisfied.
Yes.
Right, before we go.
Yep.
There's a roll call vote on that motion that was made and seconded. I approve. Mike?
Yes.
James? Stephen?
I approve.
Thank you. In regards to the rescheduling of the last council order that we have, without knowing fully where the city is in procuring all of the information that we've asked for, I think in essence, we sit tight until we are told that the information has finally become available in a packet that we will all be able to take a look at. And once that information is established as being collected and complete, we'll have to confer with the city manager's office to figure out the first available day. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, as of right now, Stephen, we don't really know when that will be, except that it will be in 2026.
All right. And I guess I don't have necessarily an issue with that, but would it be perhaps prudent to look at the calendar and set it for sometime in later January?
At least, but without having access to the calendar, at the moment. And I honestly, I'm not sure where the manager's office is and how much they've been able to compile for us too. If they're like 90% done, sure, that's probably gonna be pretty easy. If they're only, say, 10% done, that might even not be feasible. I'm actually, I don't even know how to answer it, because I don't even know what I don't know. I don't know where they are yet, but we'll find out, and then we can, I understand what you're saying, though, maybe section something off just in case, but I also think that if we section it off, we're taking it from somebody else's meeting, right? So that's maybe not the best way to do that either. But I take your point, Stephen.
All right, and if it is not feasible or practical, then I am fine with not scheduling something until we hear permanently or again from the city that they have all the information we're asking.
Right, okay. Is there any other business beyond that? Stephen? you good?
Negative on my part.
Okay, James?
So like this meeting, we'll get the packet like next meeting? Okay, or-
Whenever they've got everything compiled for us, yeah, but it might not be for a bit, we have to sort of check in with them and find out.
Okay, they send it to us an email or something, or?
It would either be a combination of that, or we would,
So I just thought it'd be beneficial if we had it before the meeting, that way.
sure, definitely. Anything that we can, if there's anything that doesn't fit into a packet that we might have to examine somehow, we'll make an appointment for that, and yeah, definitely.
Cool, okay.
Okay, well, this meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Yes?
Thank you, Stephen.
Yes, gentlemen, thank you. And I will wait for the next email.
Okay. Thanks, Emily.
So I can keep all this, I can keep